Hello learners, in this lecture we will see how the transportation of a concrete will be done. So the process of carrying the concrete from one place of its mixing to the place of deposition is termed as the transportation of concrete. After mixing, the concrete should be transported and placed at the site as quickly as possible without any segregation and drying of the concrete. Hence, transportation of fresh concrete is a very important operation. Depending upon the type of the work and equipment available, various methods of transportation of the concrete can be deployed. So what all are those things? We'll try to see. Before that, we'll try to see what are the precautions that we need to take during the transportation of the concrete. The following precautions should be taken during the transportation of the concrete. The concrete should be transported as quickly as possible to the formwork, that is wherever the concreting is supposed to happen. Due to the delay in the transport, the concrete will start to set and also water present in the concrete mix will start to evaporate. But anyhow, we know how to counteract this problem by putting the retarder. We can take care of this. Transportation cost should be as low as possible. That is also very important thing. So that is why usually when we try to take up any big construction projects and all, we try to see where is a construction project happening and where is a nearby batching plant available, right? All those things we keep in mind. And sometimes if the batching plant is not available and if the client is ready and if he has a huge amount of money, then what we try to do in the same site, we try to set up the batching plant. And usually this is what we try to do. Instead of bringing the concrete from the batching plant, if a construction is huge construction in crores, right, in that case we set up our own batching plant in the site itself. Yeah, next is the segregation of concrete should be prevented. We know that. That is why we go with the transit mixer. The concrete during its transportation should be prevented from drying in the hot weather condition, and also it should be prevented from rain. Otherwise there will be excess entry of water in the concrete mix and the strength of the concrete will be affected. Even since we are making use of the transit mixer, we don't have the issue with this, right? Yeah, the concrete should be kept agitated in a truck mixing in order to prevent it from becoming stiff. No water should be lost during the transportation of the concrete, and the permissible duration of the concrete transportation should be determined in the laboratory, right? So that also we need to take care of how long is your distance and all. Based on that, we try to keep the water cement ratio, we try to add plasticizers, the retarded and all, right? So this is all about the precautions that we need to take. Now coming to the types of transportation of concrete. The first one what we have is a pan. So this is how the pan is all about. So in this we try to do the transportation. So in this actually there are many disadvantages, but if you're doing a small work and all, then this is the usual thing what you can see. The first thing is that it exposes the greater surface area of the concrete for the drying condition, right? If the surrounding temperature is very hot, then what will happen, there are chances of drying. This concrete may dry. Second is that it requires more time and effort, hence it is slow, right? It requires more time for the concrete to take place from one place to another place. And also since manpower is deployed here, it becomes a slow process. And also it becomes sometimes expensive due to the increasing labor cost, right? That is also a third point. But usually if it is a small construction, we go with the pan only. But for huge construction, anyhow, it doesn't make any sense to make use of the pan. The second one what we have is a wheelbarrows, which we already seen. These are called as wheelbarrows, right? For the small building, let us say you're constructing a G+2 or G+3 building. In that case, usually we go with the wheelbarrows, and especially wheelbarrows we try to use when we are doing the slab casting and all. Let us say you're doing the slab casting. This is a slab what I have, and this is a transit. Here I have set up that tilting type drum mixer, and with the help of a pump I'll try to bring the concrete to the top. Okay, and then this is a huge slab, right? So what will happen, let us say you started your concreting from this portion. So from here to here you have to bring the concrete, right? So what you do, you put a platform there. Anyhow, in the next lecture I'll try to show you a video of that, how it is to be placed. You put a platform here so that this wheelbarrow will come over this, and the guy will come and pour the concrete here, right? So this is the use of the wheelbarrow. In most of the local construction you can see people using the wheelbarrows only, so that it can be placed easily and less effort is required here. Since it has a tire, it can go on its own with a little effort from people. The next is a transit mixer, which you already seen, but try to understand the part of this. This is a tank for the water we have. This is a mixing drum which we have. This is a discharging, charging or a discharging arrangement we have, and this is called as a chute for the discharge of the concrete, right? So this is how it looks. We already seen that. The next is a chutes. So this so one chute we have it here for the transit mixer. We have this chute. Along with that, sometimes when we do the construction, we put a another chute, so that what will happen, it is easy for our transit, it is easy for a concrete to flow, right? So most of the construction we try to make use of the chute only, especially if you are going for a underground tank or retaining wall construction and all. Since from the ground level they are going to go in the greater depth, let us say 3 or 4 meter. So in that case, this much length is not sufficient. So for that we have to put another additional chute, and from here we'll try to bring the concrete. The next one what we have is a belt conveyor. So belt conveyor, usually we deploy this in the batching plant and all, right? To transport the raw materials like the fine aggregate, the coarse aggregate. Even in the brick industry also, in order to take the clay, we deploy the belt conveyors. So belt conveyors only from the batching point of view it is used, but normal whenever we put up the concreting work, we don't make use of the belt conveyors. The next is a concreting pump, which is usually used everywhere. So this is called as boom placer. So this will have a big instrument, I mean a big machine in the ground level, and through that we are going to pour the concrete. So again, this depends on the client requirement and all. And because since they're expensive in nature, it depends whether you really need to use them or not. But with the help of the pump, your work will finish very quickly. Let us say you have a huge amount of slab to be casted. In that case, if you make use of these pumps, so wherever, let us say in this portion you want to pour the concrete, just bring this pump here and do the pouring here. Let us say you want to do it here, you bring the pump here and do the pouring here. So it will be easy for you. But whereas if you make use of this concrete mixers and all, in that case what happens, you have to every time, let us say you're doing a concreting here first you'll keep your pumps here, right? After that, if you want to do it here again, you have to take it out from here, you have to fix it here. So it becomes a bit tedious task, but it depends on the client what exactly you want to do. Yeah. And the last is a tower crane. And tower crane is actually put up to carry the materials from one place to another place. And just in case if you want to bring the concrete and all, so usually what they do is, we have seen this wheelbarrows, right? So this is called as tower crane. If you see big projects and all, you try to see this is called as tower crane. So the wheelbarrow what we have, no, what we can do is, let us say this is a wheelbarrow what you have. Let me do it in this way. So this wheelbarrow will be tied to this tower crane, and with the help of this tower crane, you can it will go in 360-degree. You can try to rotate this in 360-degree, and in that case, by the help of this tower crane also you can do the transportation, right? So these are different ways of doing the transportation. Yeah. So you can see few other advanced machines what we have. Again, this is a boom placer what we have. You can see, right? With this huge amount of concrete can be placed. Let us say there is some big retaining wall or some foundation going on. You are going to bring the transit mixer. So this transit mixer will be connected to a to this boom placer, and with the help of this, it's going to pump the concrete, and it's one of the fastest method what we can do. Even you can see it here, right? So same thing. Mm? Again, with the help of this, you're going to place the concrete. Because the cost of this machine is like 1 crore, 2 crore and all, so it becomes a huge investment unless the companies are big. And this is the normal what we try to do. These are the concrete pumps what we have. This is the transit mixer you have brought. With this, you're going to pour the concrete here. You can see the pumps here, no, a pipe has been connected. So this pipe will be taken to the slabs and all, and based on it the concreting will be done. This is usually what we try to practice. But if you're in the different part of the, like in India, the hardly you try to see this type of equipments being used. But nowadays, since people know the use of these equipments, since the concreting can happen at the faster rate, people are trying to make use of these machines, right? Yeah. Then you have another this type of machines which you usually find in the foreign countries. This is called as a rotary distribution system. So here it has been connected. So concrete will come here, and with the help of this, you can pour the concrete, right? So this will also rotate in 360. Wherever you want, you can pour the concrete. Look here also, it's the same thing. It is called as gyratory concrete spreader, and this is called as a truck mounted concrete pump, right? It's a concrete pump on it, but since it is on a truck, so it can be taken to one place to another place, and then with a single button you can try to lift it up, and after lifting up it will become something like this. You can see it here, no? These are the one. This is the shape what you can get, right? This is how it looks. This is a truck mounted only what you can see, and this is the kind of a I mean, this is how you can place your concrete. Yeah, so this was all about the transportation. This we have gone through the different types of transportation, how it has to be done. Based on the requirement, we try to make use of it, and based on the need of the client, we can pick any of this and do the concreting work. So we'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.